What's going on, everybody? It's your buddy, it's your pal, SpazPhoenix, the YWC Reality Check, and I'm here with your No Way Out review. Now, due to a family function, I had to wait until I was done taping it, watch it directly afterwards, so currently it is 2:01 in the morning, so if you'll excuse me being a bit tired, a bit dragging, and, you know, not quite making 100% sense, we can get on with the show. Incidentally, this is probably not going to go up tonight. I'm probably going to tack tomorrow's Raw review onto this and make it one massive video. No Way Out. The pre-show, we had Brodus Clay versus David Otunga, and Brodus Clay was injured on SmackDown, so David Otunga beat him up for a little bit, which made me a happy kid. When he got the upper hand back again, David Otunga walked off, said fuck you, and Brodus Clay won by countout, which was, you know, about as good as anything else I could have said. The WWE goes on with its theme of starting pay-per-views with the World Heavyweight Championship. Not exactly a trend that most people are popular... not a trend that's popular with most people, I should say. But in the first couple of seconds, Dolph Ziggler proves that he is smarter than Daniel Bryan. He gets a good luck kiss from Vicky, turns to Sheamus with a smile, ducks the impending bro kick, and the match ensues. Now, everything I've written down here... Actually, I'm going to pause this for a second. You guys know I'm a big fan of Daniel Bryan, and I have some respect for Sheamus. I like him as champion. He's not in my Fave 5 or anything like that, but I like the guy. Everybody else has turned on him since Mania, which I thought was incredibly unfair. The booking was not his fault, etc., etc. Everybody's comparing him to John Cena, saying he's the SmackDown John Cena, he's the Ginger John Cena, he's the Irish John Cena, whatever. But I have always spoken up against that and said it's not true and whatever. I was proven wrong tonight, because Ziggler carried the match, and Sheamus Supermaned at the end. And we go like this. After the Daniel Bryan shout-out moment, we had a bit of cat and mouse, a bit of wrestler versus brawler, but after that we have Ziggler with a dropkick, Ziggler with his mounted sleeper that he does. He had an interesting little spot there where he was mounted on Sheamus's back. Sheamus set him up on the ropes and pushed him out of the ring. That was a little bit of offense from Sheamus. Yes chance for Ziggler ringing out through this entire match. Ziggler pulls Sheamus through the it was weird. He was on the apron on one side, and around the corner, Ziggler was on the other side, pulled his arm through the turnbuckle, made him eat the steel, obviously, and as he fell out, he collapsed on the steps, which was an interesting little spot. He does the typical show-off, you know, handstand, sleeper. He pulls off a few little interesting different DDTs out of his repertoire, which was kind of cool. Sleeper on the ground with the grapevine. Once they got to their feet, the mounted sleeper once again. The famouser, a top rope facebuster. And here's where Sheamus kicked it into gear. We go for the zigzag, which gets countered into an Irish curse, a club to the chest, a white noise, a brogue kick, and a pin. So, 5 moves of doom, Superman victory for Sheamus. Sheamus, you lost a lot of credibility in my eyes tonight. Ziggler deserved this. I knew he wasn't going to win because he was a substitute for Alberto Del Rio, and I don't have a problem with that. But they could have done better than this. This was garbage. And I don't mean garbage from what these guys did. It's the way the match was set up. Ziggler shone in this match. Definitely showed he belongs in the main event. When they build a proper Ziggler-oriented title picture story and he gets the belt, this will be seen as one of the steps towards it. Ziggler did great tonight. Sheamus is proving himself to actually be the Ginger John Cena. So, to anybody else that I was arguing with over that point, I humbly... Here. I will put on a cap so I can humbly tip my cap to all of you. I'm switching my vote. Ginger John Cena, he is. We go to the back, we see McMahon and John Laurinaitis. John Laurinaitis suggests that Vince not be at ringside tonight. Vince McMahon basically tells him off, puts a hand up to his face, and goes to his change room. And John Laurinaitis takes it out on Josh Matthews, which is lovely. Then we had the match, or segment, or whatever you want to call it, that made my wrestling heart bleed. Santino Marella versus Ricardo Rodriguez in a non-title tuxedo match. Now let's really get into the in-depth wrestling analysis of this match, shall we? Ricardo has bad music. They both have bad suits. They both pose badly. They both rip off each other's pockets. Santino Marella actually gets an atomic drop on Ricardo Rodriguez. Ricardo Rodriguez then loses his jacket. A toe hold on Rodriguez, and he loses his shoes. Rodriguez loses his shirt. Everybody on the commentary desk compares him to Michael Cole because they both have bad tattoos. That's wonderful. Santino loses his shoes and his pants and his socks and shows that he has a cobra sock on his foot. The foot cobra gets Ricardo Rodriguez. He gets his pants stripped off. Santino wins the match. We turn around and we see that Ricardo Rodriguez is in fact wearing underwear with Alberto Del Rio's face on them. Why the fuck did this happen? Honestly, this was fucking garbage. This drug down so much. This drug down Santino even worse than he already was, and I didn't think that was fucking possible. It drug down Ricardo Rodriguez, who has a comedic role to play in the WWE, not in this way. He shouldn't be trying to compete. It devalues everything. And the whole Alberto Del Rio thing at the end devalues Alberto Del Rio while he's not even there to stop it from happening. That is bullshit. They wonder why we can't take Alberto Del Rio seriously as a championship contender. You've got his head on somebody else's ass. What the fuck was this? Fuck. Moving on. Alright, we have Christian versus Cody Rhodes, which I had said could be the sleeper, could be the dark horse match of the night, and it was. Stiff collar and elbow tie-up to start. And I mean like stiff, like 5 to 10 second collar and elbow tie-up spot, which I think was really, really good. Christian hits Rhodes with a barrage of shoulder blocks. Rhodes hits Christian with an arm stunner over the ropes, and that's not a technical name of any sort. That's what it looks like, so that's what I'm going to call it. Rhodes' ring psychology starts from there as he starts working over Christian's arm. Christian eats the ring post hard. Rhodes hits a nice face-first front suplex. Rhodes locks in a key lock type submission on Christian's arm. Rhodes eats the steps. Christian DDT on the outside on Rhodes. Christian slingshots Cody back into the ring with a near fall by Rhodes. Top rope Hurricane Rana by Christian. Kill switch countered into an Alabama slam. Cody tries the kill switch, which is countered into a reverse DDT. Kill switch gets a near fall for Christian. Frog splash is blocked by Cody Rhodes. 2 failed disaster kicks and a spear gets the win for Christian. This was a phenomenal match. It's way more than what I just said, but I was trying to keep up with it while it was going. Way more than what I've just said here. The match was great. Rhodes needs to be stepping up into that world title picture. Christian is looking nice and solid and comfortable as the Intercontinental Champion. Everybody wins. Tag team Fatal 4-Way. This was not announced until the pre-show. You had Primo and Epico versus the Primetime Players versus Gabriel and Kid versus the Usos. This was phenomenal. I can't put into words really how great this match was. It was a crazy pile of people match. Those of you that have been watching my channel for a long time know what I mean by that. Up until a certain point, the Usos and Justin Gabriel were the only ones sticking out for me. But Tyson Kidd with a springboard guillotine leg drop on one of the colognes on the apron that looked sick, and a head scissor on Primo outside the ring onto the other 6 participants in the match. Those were the 2 high spots of the match. AW, or Abraham Washington, or whatever he's calling himself, threw, I think it was Primo, I can't be sure, in to Darren Young of the Primetime Players, who hit a gut buster, gut breaker, whatever his move is called, and got the win. There was a bunch of fallout afterwards. Primo and Epico are obviously pissed at AW, Abraham Washington, whatever you want to call him, because he has now taken up representing the Primetime Players instead of Epico and Primo. They try to beat him up, the Primetime Players beat them up, and we're basically done. Rosa and Epico and Primo are very angry, and the Usos and Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd are still side notes in the title picture, which is sad. Moving on. What the hell is this? Sorry, guys. Triple H comes out, talks about Heyman's legal crap, talks about Lesnar breaking his arm. Basically, I'm tired of dealing with lawyers, I'm tired of dealing with office politics, I'm tired of being a boardroom guy. Lesnar, you say you're a fighter, I say I'm a fighter, we're gonna fight at SummerSlam. which is awesome. I mean, they suspended Randy Orton. I don't know if Randy Orton versus Lesnar was ever supposed to happen. You can go back on this channel where I made the video, all the reasons why Orton versus Lesnar should happen, but regardless of whether it was ever going to happen, it's not happening now. Triple H versus Lesnar will be an awesome match. It'll be a great sort of capper to SummerSlam, and it'll be a main event that doesn't have John Cena in it. Well, that's wonderful. Finally, unless this gets bumped down the card by, you know, Cena versus Michael Cole or some stupid bullshit. Beth versus Layla. Layla, early on in the match, they have a little bit of, you know, tedious back and forth in the first little bit of this match. Layla grabs Beth Phoenix's little glamazon headband thing that she wears and starts playing a lot of head games with her, you know, starts dancing with it, starts running around with it, playing a lot of mind games with Beth. Layla eats apron on the... Layla eats the apron edge, thanks to Beth. Beth tosses her into the guardrail. Backbreaker... Beth uses a backbreaker type stretch on Layla. Layla hits a second rope crossbody for a near fall. Huge DDT, and the layout gets the victory for Layla. Layla is still the women's champion. I have no problem with this whatsoever. I do kind of feel bad for Beth because she's really, really, really talented as well, and I do feel bad for all the other divas that aren't even in the title picture at the moment. But if you want to talk about divas that aren't really in the title picture at the moment, look at AJ, who's debatably one of the most important women in the WWE right now. Moving on. As another bonus match, we had Hunico versus Sin Cara, which is a rematch from either Raw or SmackDown of this past week. Not really much to say. I don't know what to call anything that they do in luchador matches other than to say that it's awesome, but it is. The La Mystica faceplant pin combination that Sin Cara does gets him the win. Hunico looks solid in this match. Hunico, here's where I'm going to take a side note, guys. Anybody that didn't see Superstars this past week, Hunico had a great match against Justin Gabriel. Anybody who's a fan of either of those guys, or just a fan of high spots, high-paced wrestling in general, I sincerely urge you to go back on YouTube, find last week's episode of Superstars. The Gabriel versus Hunico main event is worth watching again. Bryan versus Punk versus Kane. I said I wasn't going to write anything for this because I was just going to watch the shit unfold, but I did write a few things. Punk, it has to be said, came out in his new I Dig Crazy Chicks CM Punk t-shirt, which I thought was a bit of a hint. Punk and Bryan do a lot of double teaming on Kane. A lot of this match was really Bryan and Punk really wanting to fight each other and Kane getting in the way. Kane pulled Punk off the top turnbuckle at one point when he was trying to suplex Daniel Bryan, and Punk lost his tights. I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought that was funny. It's an old, you know, Shawn Michaels-ish, oh my god, whatever. Some of the things they did do that was kind of funny. Punk and Kane did pull off a Doomsday Device on Daniel Bryan. Punk hit his typical Randy Savage tribute elbows. 2 out of 3 of them hit, which is great. Daniel Bryan hit a Benoit top rope headbutt, which was amazing. Yes Lock was countered into a near fall the same way it was... the Yes Lock of Daniel Bryan was countered by CM Punk into a pinfall by... I can speak, I swear. Daniel Bryan's Yes Lock was countered into a pinfall by CM Punk, like it was last month that got him the win, and that got him a near fall in this match as well. Now, got down to CM Punk versus Kane in the ring. AJ ran down to the ringside. CM Punk threw Kane at towards the ropes on the ramp side, knocked AJ off. Kane got distracted by AJ and, you know, sort of turned around to see that she was alright and whatever. A to GTS, and CM Punk is still your WWE champion. Oh, yes. And now here's the fun part. I've been saying all along that the power couple in the WWE is going to be CM Punk and AJ Lee. Now everybody says, well, oh, she was coming out to get Kane and she was trying to get Kane's attention, and Kane did, in fact, scoop her up, take care of her, and slowly walk with her to the back. But as he's doing so, we see a close-up of AJ, and AJ is looking up at CM Punk victorious in the ring with nothing but a satisfied smile on her face. So I still say to those of you that are arguing with me, fuck Daniel Bryan, in this case, fuck Kane, because she's fucking with him, and it's all for the benefit of CM Punk, and it's fucking awesome. Moving on. We have Ryback versus Jobbers, which is my favorite match Two local jobbers, because it was in New York or New Jersey or wherever the hell they were, and it's right across from MetLife Stadium where next year's WrestleMania is going to be. They came out talking about how by this time next year they're going to be at WrestleMania, and then the old WrestleMania theme started playing, and they started trying to do really bad karaoke to it, and it was bad, and Ryback kind of destroyed them, and it was good. And he even, for the hell of it, went to the second rope and splashed one of them, which was awesome. So yeah, like usual, Ryback fought jobbers, and there was death. Moving on. Cena versus Show. Now. Oh, my buddy John Cena did it again. You know when everybody else works a full day at the office and you see that one guy that always kisses up to the boss and he gets to leave at lunchtime and you know he makes more money than you do? That's kind of what John Cena did in this match. I'm going to run down all the offense that happened in this match, and you guys can count along with me because it's not going to be very high counting for those of you that are a little slow out there. Shows a brick wall to start. John Cena's trying to take punches and kicks and shots and tackles at him, and he's basically standing there laughing it off. He does the step over on Cena's chest, basically standing his entire 500 and whatever pounds on his chest, and punches John Cena's face towards the cage. Body shots and setting him up in the turnbuckle for that big chop that's supposed to cave in your chest and whatever. First bit of offense from John Cena is the really, really bullshit drop kick that he tries to do in every pay-per-view match that fails and makes him look like a fucking goofball. Show kills him with a clothesline. Cena eats more cage. Another step over and more stiff body shots. Cena somehow worms his way out, pulls off a really, really shitty bulldog where he actually let go of Big Show's head about halfway down. So way to botch. Show gets crotched on the ropes. That's his third bit of offense. Show powerbombs Cena against the cage and then powerbombs him into the mat with a big splash on Cena. Gets himself, and I'm going to describe this properly, I swear, climbs to the top rope, picks up John Cena by the throat, brings him up to the top rope with him, and tosses him off, which is great. There's a fight at the door when John Cena's trying to get out. When the Big Show's trying to get out. No, it's John Cena. It's John Cena. John Laurinaitis pushes Vince into the door, into Cena's head, and it's awesome. Chokeslam and a near fall for Show, because clearly Super Cena is not going to get pinned from just one chokeslam. Show knocks out the ref, and then knocks out John Cena, and then wanders around the ring for a little while, like a goof, and then he decides that it's time for him to leave the cage. Brodus Clay comes down, because, you know, we don't get enough Brodus Clay guarding the door with a chair. So he starts walking in circles thinking, okay, I can't pin Cena because there's no ref. The ref on the outside is knocked down. The ref on the inside is knocked down. I can't go out the door because the fat goofball is guarding the door with a chair. And I can't climb over the cage because I'm a 500-pound giant that would probably break the cage. But whatever. If anybody remembers Big Show's debut, how did he debut? Oh, yes, he broke the cage. Oh, yes, oh, yes. But no. No. On Team Super Cena, Brodus Clay is not enough. No. Santino and Riley come down. They start climbing the cage. Big Show basically pushes against the cage, and they fall off. Ryder comes down, because, you know, John Cena's little brother hasn't been seen in a while. He gets halfway up the cage. Big Show, weapon of mass destruction, punches him through the cage, which is tremendous. Kofi Kingston climbs the cage as Big Show is trying to climb the cage and knocks him back into the ring. Out of nowhere, Super Cena, with only his fourth bit of offense in this entire fucking match, attitude adjustment, climbs the cage with no problem whatsoever, because John Cena's got fantastic fucking psychology. He's held at bay by Johnny Ace and his crutch until Brodus Clay. Brodus Clay needs to help John Cena deal with an office guy who's already crippled. Are you seeing my problem with this match? Brodus Clay takes out John Laurinaitis, and then John Cena can come down and act like he's conquered the fucking world. We're not going to change John Cena. We're not going to make him heel. We'll book him like a heel and still shove him down everybody's throats as a face. Oh, yes. The only good part about all of this, Cena escapes, means John Laurinaitis is going to get fired, means we get to see Vince McMahon get up and be Vince McMahon and do the "you're fired." But even at that point, No. The Laurinaitis versus Vince story has to go to the sidelines because it has to be John Cena that puts Laurinaitis, you know, through a table and whatever. Back in the day, when Vince was firing people, he was doing it himself. He put Eric Bischoff in a fucking garbage truck, for God's sake. But no. Now, his little buddy, you know, a suck-up #1 golden boy gets to be the guy again. What did he do? A shitty dropkick, a shitty bulldog. He knocked Show in the balls with the ring ropes. And he hit the AA on the Big Show for the millionth time, which is supposed to be a big, huge thing. Oh my God, he lifted the Big Show. Oh my God. We've seen him give the attitude adjustment to fucking Viscera, who weighs 100 pounds more than the Big Show. It doesn't matter. 4 bits of offense, and I guarantee you John Cena got the biggest paycheck of the night. John Cena, go fuck yourself. In the ass with rusty fish hooks. Oh yes. Moving on. You know what? Fuck it. I'm up, I'm wide awake, I'm posting this tonight. Vince McMahon was cool to see. Punk is my man, and he's still the fucking champion. You know, Christian and Cody was good. The tag match was great. The bonus matches that were thrown in were great. The opening of the show with the Ginger John Cena and the closing of the show with the Genuine Article were fucking crap. Oh yes. Oh yes. That's it. I've been Spaz, your YWC reality check. Subscribe up there, talk down there, start a conversation, keep this conversation going on, don't be a stranger, and I will talk to each and every last one of you later. But for right now, guys, I'm tagging out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Get up, come on.